Okay, now let's make some colored spheres. And let's see, let's make a yellow one and yellow and maybe a blue. And a red. Red, like that. Alright, so now we have those, and I'm gonna add some lights and shadows. So for the highlight, just gonna go a bit lighter. And just like with the white, there's not going to be that much change with the yellow. For the blue, when I go lighter, I'm going lighter, but also towards kind of more like a teal color. And this is something that happens often with blue tones, is in the highlights it gets a little bit towards the green, towards like a teal. Especially if you're going towards white. It tends to depend also on the material though, so it's not like a hard and fast rule that you wouldn't just see a blue thing with a white highlight. That's perfectly fine. It's just it tends to trend that way often. And with red, it tends to trend towards an orange in the highlight. And if you had an orange one, it tends to trend towards yellow. And what you would see, and this is evident in things like fire, is, you know, you get that red, orange, yellow, white thing. And we could exaggerate that. Let's just say this red was made out of maybe, I don't know, a material that is that way. Then you could do that, go towards orange in the red, and then as you get lighter in the highlight, you move closer to a yellow. And let's get a bit of a yellow in there. And then you can actually get really quite yellow just before the white highlight, if you did have, you know, a white highlight. It's just a trick that looks pretty cool, but again, this changes this material, so it's not just a normal red anymore. And let's add the shadows. So we can use the same halfway to black thing where, okay, I want to go halfway, but I'm going to shift it always more saturated in the shadows. And you don't always have to do it, but I'm going to do it, and I'm going to warm it up. So I move it towards the oranges for the shadows. Oh, wait, what did I do? Okay, I'm going to go halfway. Yeah, something like that. All right. And then keep in mind that you want to get, again, darker at the core shadow. I'm just going to smooth this out. So there's this yellow ball, and it's not very saturated. It's not a super saturated yellow. But this is not a super saturated blue either. And let's see, we want to go more warm and halfway to black, maybe something like that. And that'll work nicely. And you'll notice I start from the center and then go out, or I start from the darkest part. You could also start from the outside and then just make sure you press darker as you get towards the core shadow. And I could also add the same type of highlight as I did with the red, just cause, and make it much more bright, because I kind of like how that looks. So again, I'm moving towards a more teal, and it's gonna get quite almost green before the highlight. So right now it's teal, and then let's get to actually a green. So it doesn't look very correct right now if I just have that green. I mean, it looks okay, but then as soon as you add the white, then it starts to look right. And some of that green just sort of creates like a halo. And anyway, so for the red, let's get a bit more cool. So towards a purple, and then halfway. And this will be the shadow. And there we have our colored spheres. And they're looking good. Maybe just add a little stronger highlight for this yellow.